Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat
people.
Shalom.
We be disciples of the mountains of Israel, and we back at you today, man, with another Shabbat lesson. It's gonna be kind of different, because by the spirit of the Most High, man, we have some new people that's really curious about, how we live as Israelites, what we expected to do, the commandments and so on and so forth. We want to share this with them as simple as possible. But before we go any further, though, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. And we do so in the name of the beloved Son, who everybody calls Jesus, whose proper name is Yahweh Shah.
Come.
So without further ado, man, being it's the Sabbath day, we're going to go and bring this Sabbath scripture. We're going to be going to Exodus, and that's 31, and what's that, 12. Come when you got it. Because this day here is the most important day that the Most High made, and not only is a day that signified the covenant between God's people and Himself. So let's bring it out. Bring it out.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 31, verse 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbath shall ye keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord that doth sanctify you. Ye shall keep the Sabbath day, therefore, for it is holy. That defileth shall surely be put to death. Any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
That's right. So right here, the Most High, you notice He used the term "my people." So this was a covenant that was established between Him and them. So that this would be passed down from generation to generation, until all has been said and done. And all has not been said and done, and we're still generating. So therefore, this stuff still stands. Let's read on with some on that.
Yeah, verse 15.
Read.
6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord.
That's right. And that word holy, it only means set apart. It don't mean what the devil and tricked the world into thinking that it means. This holy thou, that's some fairy tale stuff. Holy only means set apart. And like I always break it down with the Jordan collection. You buy all them Jordans, you collect them all. But it's that one pair that you choose that you just love more than all of them. Right? And them the ones you take care of the most and keep them clean. You don't even bend them boys. You take them off when you finna bend your toes, So this is how the Most High, has chosen His people Israel. And this Sabbath is a covenant between us and Him. Read on.
6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest.
That's right.
Holy to the Lord.
That's right.
Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death.
Shall what?
He shall surely be put to death.
And of course, we know this was during the time, what we would call the Old Testament. Where nowadays, you won't be stoned how you were stoned traditionally. You know what I'm saying? In this case, you would suffer a spiritual death. You breaking a commandment that's one of the most important commandments of all, right? So you break that right in there, you cut yourself, disconnect yourself from the Most High Yahweh. Is some on that? Oh, let's sit on that. So let's get to the butt of this lesson. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This presentation today, and what we really is gonna be doing. This might be a 2-part lesson, so we'll probably have to resume it next week. We got a lot to unpack, and I know we're not gonna have enough time to unpack it all. But coming out the gate, we want to try to show the people who the Israelites are and who they're not, right? And not only that, in the course of that presentation, we're going to also, show that, everything that the Most High Creator of heaven and earth, the God of Israel, established with Abraham, it all still stands right today. So without further ado, let's go to Genesis 17.
I sent you the link.
All right.
So
let's go to Genesis 17.
Come.
Come when you got it.
Come.
And we're gonna be starting at verse 5. Bring it out.
I got you.
Yeah, you're gonna. I just
Come.
let him read the history.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 5. Neither shall thy name any more be called Abram or Abram, but thy name shall be called Abraham. For a father of many nations have I made thee.
That's right.
And I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee.
That's right. So right here, a lot of people think that when the Most High is telling Abraham that he's going to make him the father of many nations and kings is going to come out of him and all this stuff here. Everybody think that this is just a blanket thing for every people that walk the face of the earth. But that's not. That's so far from being the truth, and we're gonna show y'all that, right? We're gonna stay in this same book. And we're going to drop down, man. We're going to drop down and we're going to start at verse 15. Drop down to 15, King.
Verse 15. And God said unto Abraham, as for Sarai thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah.
That's right.
Shall her name be. And I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yeah, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations.
Of what?
A mother of nations.
Read on.
And kings of people shall be of her.
Kings of who?
Kings of people.
So in other words, these kings is going to come out of Sarah.
That's right.
Through Abraham. Not everybody on the face of the earth, because if everybody on the face of the earth was kings, then who the people they gonna be kings to? It's plain upon table. So this is not talking about all nations on the planet. It's talking about those people that came from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we know from Jacob comes the 12 tribes of Israel. These are the many nations and the kings and priests, right? Now let's go back up and finish that passage with the promise, because this is what this is about, the promise, right?
Which verse you want?
Where did we stop at? When he was talking about the many nations, right there, verse 6.
Verse 6. And I will make thee exceeding fruitful, and I will make nations of thee, and kings shall come out of thee.
That's right.
And I will establish my covenant, between me and thee, and thy seed.
And who?
And thy seed.
Thy seed is Abraham's descendants. Abraham's descendant is Isaac, and Jacob. And his 12 sons and everybody that comes out of the loins of those boys. Those are his seed. Read that again, King.
And I will establish my covenant between me and thee, and thy seed after thee, in their generations, for an everlasting covenant.
Now, just until Christ returns.
For an everlasting covenant.
Most High told Abraham this will be an everlasting covenant, right? Read on.
To be a God unto thee, and to thy seed after thee.
That's right. That's right. Read on.
And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession.
An everlasting ownership. Read.
And I will be their God.
That's right.
They saying it's blurry though right now.
Yeah, you can rest right there. Okay. So as we can see, this covenant that was going to eventually become a blood covenant, because right here, they really just, kind of put they doing the old back in the day contract where you give your word and he give his word and the deal is sealed, right? But this covenant going to eventually become a blood oath that the Most High is the same covenant. The covenant, because covenant basically means testament. It's the same covenant, but this time the Most High is going to put it in writing and as well as in blood. So let's go to Exodus chapter 24, man.
Can't see it right now. If I had to start over, huh?
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah. Yeah, we might have some technical difficulties with video.
For a second.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stop sharing for a second. See what it look like. Y'all, we have some video or quality issues. Y'all hold on. Bear with us. It's still not readable.
No, it's not. It's I need to switch over. It's about to in a second. Oh. See, it's back to the blurry.
It's back blurry.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Salakia, that means forgive us. We're sorry. We know that the video is kind of grainy and fuzzy, but we're gonna get this message to y'all.
Come.
So we're gonna be going to Exodus 24, and we're gonna be starting at verse 1.
I got you. I ain't gonna share it. Just gonna keep it.
Okay, yeah, we just read it out to them. They should have their pens and paper taking note. They can write the scriptures down, come back, pause the video, and get the scripts up out of it. So when Exodus 24 and 1, and this account right here, this is when the covenant that the Lord made, that the Most High made with Abraham. You know what I'm saying? He's finna put this covenant in writing now, as well as in blood. And this is we're gonna share with y'all. Read that, King.
Come, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 24, verse 1. And he said unto Moses, come up unto the Lord, thou and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off.
Right.
And Moses alone shall come near to the Lord, but they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him.
That's right.
And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord has said we will do.
What they say?
All the words which the Lord has said we will do.
So right then now we admitted, we told them that we gonna do everything that all the words that you say, right? Let's read on. Watch this.
And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord.
He wrote them down, a Torah.
And rose up early in the morning and builded an altar under the hill and 12 pillars, according to the 12 tribes of Israel.
According to who?
The 12 tribes of Israel.
So this whole thing is about Israel. Keep that in mind. Let's read.
And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrifices, and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord.
Okay, here we go. Pay attention here, read.
And Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar.
Right.
And he took the book of the covenant,
the Torah, well, we know it's the Bible, the first 5 books, the Torah, read.
And read in the audience of the people. And they said, all that the Lord has said we will do. And
will be obedient.
And be obedient.
Yeah, so they came back and said it again. They doubled down on it.
That's right.
Our forefathers, they doubled down on it, right? One more again. Read that one more again at verse 8.
Verse 7.
7. Salaki.
Come. And he took the book of the covenant and read it in the audience of the people. And they said, all that the Lord had said we will do.
That's right.
And be obedient.
And be obedient. So right here, this what solidifies everything. Whether we go on our blessings or whether we go on our curse, because just like with any contract that you sign and agree to, it's consequences for breaking it.
That's right.
It might be jail time, it might be fine, it might be both. And if you're in the wrong organization, it could be your life. You know what I'm saying? So we got to keep that in mind, man. We made a contract with the Most High Creator of heaven and earth. Right? He chose us to be his people, right? And he our God. And we told him that we're gonna do everything you told us to do, right? So let's go see what the consequences are for breaking this contract. Let's go do the rhyme.
Get verse 8 first.
Yeah, read verse 8.
And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant.
The blood of the what?
The blood of the covenant.
That's right.
which the Lord have made with you concerning all these
That's
words.
right. So as we can see right now, this was the deal. This was the deal. It was sealed right here, especially when the blood was sprinkled on the people, right?
Come,
So now we're gonna go and see what the consequences are for breaking, this oath. Let's go to Deuteronomy.
come. Come on. 28.
28, yeah, 28. And we're gonna go to 15.
Come. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments,
What?
all his commandments,
All his commandments, read.
and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
That all these what?
all these curses,
So the consequences for breaking this oath with the Father is curses,
Mhm.
right? And these curses, they have an identifying element, an identifying proponent in them. In other
come,
words, to let people, because this is an end time prompt. This stuff here is going to happen from that point of 80, 70 up until this point now. A lot of these curses that we finna share with y'all. So these are prophecies, basically, right? Letting the world know what's going to happen to the children of Israel, the Most High's people, for breaking his laws, commandments, and statutes. Read on.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
That overtake, what that means is that ain't no way you're going to be able to get up out of these curses.
Come,
And no matter where you go, them boys going to hit you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way you go, they going to hit you until you repent.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
That's right. So we know, if you want to know what black people are, right? All you gotta do is go to the poorest part of the city,
Come,
right? The Most High said that his people will be cursed in the city. I don't care what state you go in the United States, or probably anywhere in the world. When you want to know where the true children of Israel are at, the true Jews, the true Israelites, just go to the poorest part of the city, because that's where they're going to be at, in poverty.
come,
That's your impoverished state. I'm speaking to the Israelites right now. You know what I'm saying? The so-called blacks, so-called Mexicans, you know what I'm saying, and Native Americans. These are the Israelites in the Western Hemisphere. And a lot of them don't know that they're Israelites, don't know that they're God's people. But as stated, if you want to know where God's people at in this day and time, just go to the poorest part of the city. Go to the poorest part of the country. We scattered all over the world,
come.
right? And these curses, like it says, is gonna come upon us and overtake us, right? Keep reading.
Cursed shall thy,
Not the field, my bad.
which one?
The other half, 16. Yeah,
verse-
cursed shall thou be in the field.
Come, cursed shall thou be in the field.
And of course, we know who was, it's well documented. And we speaking about a nation of people, not just a little pocket of people here, a little pocket of people. We talking about a whole entire nation
Come,
of people, you know what I'm saying, that was cursed in the fields. And we know what people were in these fields working from sun up to sun up.
that's right.
That's a curse. You working for free, that's a curse, right? And of course, when we come in our day and time, we know the job market is also the field, the job field. You know, we the last hire. You know what I'm saying? We the first five. The unemployment statistics among us is worse than any other, demographic of people.
Come,
You know what I'm saying? We're cursed in the fields, right? And these curses, we're going to read on, and we're going to show you this. Keep reading.
cursed shall be thy basket,
Shall be thy what?
thy basket,
And thy what?
and thy
In other
store.
words, we're going to be broke, man. We're going to be in poverty. We're not going to have nothing. We're not going to have bank accounts. We're not going to have, I'm talking about as a people. Yeah, you got to live, Mexicans here, blacks there, natives here who may own little things. But as a people, the entire nation of people, they're impoverished. They don't own anything.
Come,
Right? Read on.
cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind,
Kind mean cattle. That's another word for cattle, right? Go ahead.
and the flocks of thy sheep.
In other words, your possession, even your kids, that's the fruit of your body.
Come,
Your children, your offspring. You know what I'm saying? Look at our children today.
come,
They have become an adjective. They have become like the Bible said this byword, these YNs and stuff like this. And look at them. They like little monsters out there. They killing everything moving that look just like them. They ain't killing other folks, but we will have curse in our offspring. And not only that, we're not gonna have our land. We're not gonna have our land. This is not our land. This is our Native American brothers' land. You know, the Northern Kingdom. This their land, and they came and established when they came out of Assyrian captivity. We know these people today as Indians. But anyway, so far these curses ain't fitting nobody but this demographic of people that I'm talking about here, right? So let's read on. Let's get some more.
Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out. And the Lord shall send upon thee cursings and vexations and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings.
And that wickedness of our doing is disobeying the commandments of the Father. We broke the oath, right? And these are the things. If you look at us as a people in this day and time, I mean, as a whole, you're gonna see the cursing, you're gonna see the vexation, you're gonna see the rebuke. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, you're gonna see no matter what it is that we do, we just can't get nothing done. Everything we put our hands to do to try to make something happen for our people, it falls through. So far, we on point as to who they are. Let's read.
Whereby thou hast forsaken me.
Has done what?
Has forsaken
me. That's right. We did forsaken the Lord, and we wonder why our predicament is the way that it is today. You know, the Lord asked us to do one simple thing. Man, don't work on the Sabbath day. Don't spend no money. You know what I'm saying? Another simple thing. Man, don't eat no pork. And we do these things, you know what I'm saying, because this is what we've been taught to do. Not realize we sin against the Father. And when we sin against the Father, curse is going to come upon us. We ain't going to be able to get nothing down. Our living situation is going to be in shambles, close to non-existent, you know, as how a person is supposed to live. Read that verse one more time.
Verse 20, the Lord shall send upon thee cursings, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
Let's drop down to 45 in that same chapter.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee.
They should do what?
Shall come upon thee.
Read.
And shall pursue thee.
In other words, no matter where you go, you're going to have these boys. They're going to be on you, man, till you repent to the Lord and get back to the laws, commandments, and statutes. Read on.
And overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
Now that destruction is not destruction because the Lord, matter of fact, I'll hold that and get that Hebrew 11:1 real quick. God done away with his people. Because it's see, and you got these people with this replacement theology, you know, saying that the Israelites was done away with and the church replaced the Israelites, and that's just not so. That's just not so. The Israelites still exist. Everything is still about them. All nations got to go through them to get their salvation. That's the case, man. Then those names wouldn't be on the kingdom of heaven. Point blank serious. Romans 11:1.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, hath God cast away his people?
Have he what?
Hath God cast away his people?
Let's see what the legendary Paul say.
God forbid.
What?
God forbid.
God forbid. In other words, he has not done away with his people. Read all right here. His people is giving y'all this lesson right now. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
For I also am an Israelite.
This Paul talk. He says, so also am I an Israelite? From what?
Of the seed of Abraham. Of the tribe of Benjamin.
That's right. See, it didn't end in the New Testament, man. It got even more explicit, more detailed, right? Let's go back to Deuteronomy. I just wanted to let them see, even in the New Testament, a lot of people with the Christian thought, the Christian concept and idea, you know, when you go into the New Testament, they think that everything you can read in the Old Testament is obsolete because that's what they've been taught. And that's a doctrine called antinomianism. Most High willing, we'll give y'all a class on it. But right now, I do have a video on that. Y'all have to go look on our Blue Label channel for that one, if I'm not mistaken. It's called antinomianism. of God or of man. Okay, we are Deuteronomy, start back at 45.
Con. Going this one too.
Yeah, we're gonna come back
I
up.
got
I'm
you.
kind of floating around up in here.
Con. Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee
That's right.
and overtake thee
That's right.
till thou be destroyed.
And that destruction is, like I say, he ain't kidding off the people. It's just that when we were destroyed is when we didn't know who we are. Like today, we are destroyed.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? That you could take the pit bull off the chain now. You done broke it. He
Con.
ain't gonna leave the yard. He
Con.
destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Cat come in, he don't even attack the cat because he destroyed.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
We didn't do what?
Because thou hearkenest not
We
unto
didn't listen to the Lord.
Con.
Read.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and statutes which he commanded thee.
That's right. Read on.
Con. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
For what?
For a sign.
Remember, I was telling y'all these curses, they're going to have an identifying proponent in it, man, to let the world know who God's people are, because these curses going to only be on them. When he said in 15, we go back up to verse 15, he said on this is going to be on the Israelites, not the whole world.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? Read on.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
For how long?
Forever.
So as long as we in sin, these curses gonna be upon us. And at the same time, it's gonna, well, them got to be the Israelites over there, because look, they the only one got them type of curses on them, right? That's the sign. And the wonder is gonna be, man, why they can't wake up and see that they God's people. That's the wonder, you know, the astonishment, man. Come on, you God's people, you. But it is right here. Read that one more again. We can move on.
Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
That's right. Keep reading.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness.
With what?
With joyfulness.
See, a lot of us, man, we do this thing out of obligation. You got to be glad to serve the Father. You know what I'm saying? You can't be, oh, man, I'll be glad when it's Sabbath over, man, so I can go to the store. That's not joyfulness. That's not happiness. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord don't like that. This is one of the things he spanked us behind. The main thing he spanked us behind. Let's read.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
That's right.
For the abundance of all things.
What?
For the abundance of all things.
Now you know why you ain't got nothing. You don't serve the Lord with joy, and how you go to church just to be seen, just to meet a quota, like how the laws do when they pull you over and give you a ticket for nothing. Because they got to meet a quota. That's not joyfulness. That's not happiness. You're not serving the Lord like that. But like he say, his commandments are not grievous.
That's right.
You make them. What's hard about letting your beard grow, brother? What's hard about putting your clothes on, covering up, sister? Ain't nothing hard. What's hard about putting the pork down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they got some beef bacon out there, man. Make you eat the whole pack by yourself. You ain't got to buy that. You won't. Well, of course, they make it cheaper, you know, because, you know, we broke people. As a people, we broke. We can't really afford these things. But still, there are other alternatives, man, you know, to breaking God's laws willfully. Because when you willfully sin, there's no more sacrifice. Right? So the commandments, keeping them is not hard. They're only hard because you still love the ways of this world, which is the world of Satan. Let's read.
Verse 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies.
Who?
Thine enemies.
We'll find out who the enemies are in a little bit. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
No, man, they smart enough to come on their own and do what they did.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
That's right. What are you going to send them to do?
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron.
What, man?
A yoke of iron.
Do y'all know what a yoke of iron is? That's a slave device.
Can
you put up a visual form? I'm going to show y'all what yokes of iron are. And you can just go on Google and type in yoke of iron and watch you come up wearing them yokes. We're gonna show y'all yoke of iron. You probably want to have to go and move your screen. It's over there.
Get this. Remind me later. Here you go.
All right.
See what this look like on now.
Oh, that boy super small. You can zoom him though. These are yokes of iron. I know the visuals are kind of bad, but as y'all can see, who got those yokes of iron on and what color they are. And before we go any further, this is not about color. This is about a bloodline, a seed that just so happen to be melanated.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not about, let's show them a couple more, King. We get back to the message.
Let's go to the next one. This one here.
Yeah, and here's a real live photo of a brother with a yoke of iron up on his neck. Matter of fact, last name Wilson. I guess his slaveholder last name was Wilson. But look, slaves of iron. Now let's go back and read that again. Yeah, see, these are things the church is not going to teach you, man. You know what I'm saying? They're going to come give you a feel-good message, pass the bowl around and get your ends on and get you up out of there, man. You don't know no more than what you knew before you went in now.
Which one you want?
Let's get that last one you just read again.
Verse 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
Now, we know us so-called black people, so-called Mexican and Native American people, you know what I'm saying? We don't own, we have to go to our enemies, you know what I'm saying, to get the things that we need, right? As well as want. We gotta go to them to get our food. We got to go to them to get our water. If you stop paying that water bill, you're going to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? He didn't monetize all the natural spring water and stuff like that, put it in the bottle and selling it to us. Water is free.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you have, our people that got these little, clothing shops and little stores and stuff like that, but they still got to go to the enemy to get their products to sell to try to make a profit. In other words, when it comes to the clothes, we don't own the textile mills. We got little shops, little clothing shops. We got to go to our enemy to get the fabric. You know what I'm saying? If you don't grow your own food and ain't raising your own animals, you got to go to him to get your food. But most importantly, he put a yoke of iron upon the Israelites' neck. And we've showed y'all that. Go ahead and finish that out. We're going to move on.
And in one of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
You have what?
Until he have destroyed thee.
You can take the chain off the pit bull. He ain't going nowhere now.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
This talking about our northern kingdom brothers who was already over here when this nation came from afar off. Read on. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth. That's right.
As swift as the eagle flieth.
There go that code right there. The eagle. What's the mascot for this nation? Matter of fact, what is the bird for all your so-called European nations? An eagle. See, the Most High, he give you, he give his word in parables, dark sayings, clues, metaphors, allegories, the whole 9 yards. You're going to have spiritual discernment to go in there and really see what he's talking about. If you don't have that spiritual discernment, he have given you a formula that you can use to get some understanding. It's called precept upon precept. Right? So this eagle that he's talking about that's going to fly it, on these people, which is the northern kingdom who came over after the Syrian captivity. You know what I'm saying? What we call the so-called white man, the Spaniards, the British, the English, and so on and so forth. These are your European, these are your so-called white nations that has the eagle as their symbol. We know the eagle is a predatory bird. Right? And we're gonna show y'all one more part. Let's go to Obadiah real quick. Because the eagle symbolizes this person or this group of people.
Which one?
You can just just start from 1, King.
This is the book of Obadiah. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1. It said, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah.
Obadiah was an Israelite. He was a prophet, right? Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Edom is the so-called white man.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent among the heathen.
Read.
Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
That's right.
Thou art greatly
Yeah, I
despised.
don't care where you go, so-called black man, Mexican man, Native American man, you can spot.
God.
Read.
The pride of thine heart have
pride of
deceived.
what?
The pride of thine heart.
We know the most prideful, the most proud person on the planet, man, is the so-called white man.
God.
This ain't what I'm saying. This is what he's showing you. You just refusing to see it. Read it.
The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks.
We can shut the video down right now. We're just trying to see who the white man is. We know
God.
he dwelled in the clefts of the rock.
God.
Read on.
Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Yeah, that boy like living up high in them skyscrapers.
That's
like
right.
climbing the mountains. He love being up high because he feel like him being up high, he's gonna be like God.
God.
Because that's his thing. You want to be like God. Right? Read on.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle,
He do what?
though thou exalt thyself as the eagle,
Read.
and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
That's right. So we can go back. So the Lord say he's gonna bring this person down. So he's gonna be destroyed. He's destined to be destroyed. Right? So as we can see, man, that this nation that came upon, you know what I'm saying, our northern kingdom brothers here in this land was none other than the so-called white man.
God.
History gonna show you that. Archaeology gonna show you that. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't what we saying up here. This is not hate. This is straight truth. We giving it to you straight from the Bible. You know, if you got a problem with it, man, take it up with the Lord. Don't get mad at us. We just reading it.
God.
Let's read on, King.
Verse 50, a nation of fierce countenance,
Yeah, man.
which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
That's why they gun our kids down in the streets, man, like they're adults.
God.
They don't have no regards for the young nor the old. Matter of fact, about 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half ago, they gunned this 70-year-old woman down, talking about she was coming at him with a knife.
God.
And then to even go back when they held our forefathers into chattel slavery, you had babies as well as old folks out there in the fields. Yeah, man. Yeah, when you get into them curses, you're gonna see who the real Israelites really and truly are, as well as who they're not. Because the curse is not gonna be on people who are not Israelites. Now, those people who may sojourn and join themselves to Israel and so on and so forth, not the little hat boys. We talking about true Israel.
God.
Yeah, they gonna feel whatever Israel feels because they didn't join themselves to them. But these curses are only for the Israelites, to let the world know who God's people are. And not only that, to let God's people themselves know who they are, because a lot of our people don't know who we are.
God.
Right? Let's read.
And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or the flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee.
Yeah, and you know, we have history, instances. Matter of fact, this was a thing, you know, especially when we came out of slavery here in America and established our own flourishing, thriving communities. This man came in and burned our stuff down and took it from us.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Even like the buffalo. The buffalo are almost extinct. They didn't kill all the buffaloes.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? We got a feed store where we go and get our stuff for our animals here, man. They got heads of bucks and stuff, you know, real live where they went kill animals. You know, this is what he do.
Come.
He's a destroyer. You know what I'm saying? He destroy all things peaceful and harmonized because he's the author of confusion. Read that again. Read that verse again.
Verse 51. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee.
That's right. That's right. Keep reading.
And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high fenced walls come down. Thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustedst throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy God hath given thee.
Keep reading.
And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, and the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee, in the siege and in the straitness, wherein thine enemies shall distress thee.
And this right here is specifically talking about what took place in AD 70. See, when AD 70 came, when the Romans came in and sacked Jerusalem, you know what I'm saying? This the thing that they did is what's written in here. As a matter of fact, we're gonna go and we're gonna get some of these prophecies that where Christ, talked about, the besieging and the destruction of Jerusalem, us going into captivity throughout all the nations on the earth, right? And we know that only happened to one people. That only happened to one people, the so-called, African American. We're gonna go to Luke 21. Matter of fact, go to Matthew 24, start at verse 1. And then we'll come back and reiterate it with Luke. What we finna share with y'all is when Christ prophesied, the fall of Jerusalem, the destruction of the temple, and the scattering of the Israelites to the four corners of the earth. And then we're gonna go back to Deuteronomy and we're gonna show y'all some things, right? Because this kind of just come to mind. Okay, let's start from verse 1, King.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 1. And Christ went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple.
Right.
And Christ said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
He said it should not be one stone left upon another
that shall not be thrown down.
So what is they doing with that wall over there in Jerusalem and all these other things? Because Christ said it's not going to be a stone left upon another. Keep that in mind. Let's keep reading.
And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Christ answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you.
That's the first thing he told them. First of all, don't get deceived. And he's telling them that because he knows Satan controls this world. And Satan has deceived this world with false doctrine and religion. And so, and everything else that's really displeasing in the eyes of the Lord. But we're going to read on. Come on.
Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
Shall do what?
Shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be troubled not.
Right. Don't be afraid. Go on.
For all these things must come to pass.
That's right.
But the end is not yet.
That's right. We're on the cusp of it. Keep reading.
For nation shall rise against nation.
Race against race. Because this word nation comes from the Greek word ethnos.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Right.
And there shall be famines and pestilence. And pestilence.
No food and a bunch of diseases. Read.
And earthquakes in diverse places.
In other words, places that are not known to have earthquakes. Let's read.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
It's the beginning of it. That's why I say, man, people running around here not realizing, man, what's coming to this earth. It's basically already here. It ain't just piped all the way up yet. But it's basically here. And that's why now is the time for you to repent. Get in order with the Lord, man. If you're not an Israelite, get with an Israelite. That way you can receive some type of mercy and salvation. Other than that, you out of there. Let's read.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you.
That's right.
And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Right, man. We hated for speaking this truth.
That's right.
Because we speak as it is written. Thus it is written. Not what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling. Is what it says. Right. And we hate it because we announce to the world that Christ is a so-called black man, Israelite so-called black man, even the Father in heaven is so-called black man. And all this is right here in the Bible. The very book that we've been having sitting on our tables, man, all our lives. And the book is true. It's just a liar taught it to us.
That's right.
Let's keep reading. 10.
Verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false, and many false prophets shall arise
And deceive
and
men.
and shall deceive many.
Man, we can close the lesson right, but we ain't gonna do y'all like that. Let's keep
Come.
going, King.
And because iniquity shall abound,
Iniquity is wickedness when you constantly, I'm talking about habitually breaking God's law.
come,
Read on.
the love of many shall wax
That's
cold.
right. Ain't no love out there.
Come.
No love out there.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
Now this right here is a very important verse that a lot of Christians, man, really take all the way out of context. They think they enduring is sinning.
Come.
They think long as they believe, even though it say, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. They think, well, okay, I believe that he died for my sins and I'm washed in the blood and so on and so forth. So I can continue on to eat pork and break the Sabbath and do all this other stuff that is sin that the very Lord, Savior, and King they say they believe in told them that they got to keep those commandments.
Come.
Right? Got to keep those commandments. So just you believing in Christ and just sitting back and you still sinning and all this, that's not enduring.
Come.
Enduring is the fact that, man, I gotta resist that pork. I gotta resist that girl with that big old butt. I gotta, that's enduring, man. When you resist those temptations that's trying to get you to break God's law, you gotta resist that. That's how you endure. When you endure something, that means you up under pressure. You know what I'm saying? If I'm boxing and somebody got a pressure style, he got me under pressure. I got to endure that.
Come.
Let's read on.
Verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
For what?
For a witness unto all nations.
Say, man, Israelites waking up all over the world. I
Come.
don't care where you go on this big hunk of dirt, you're going to find some Israelites spitting this truth.
Come.
So that means this gospel already went to the four corners of the world and all nations.
Come.
And then the things that we read before this verse is letting you know that, okay, it got to be there because these things are happening.
That's right.
So gospel is around the world. So really, we in the last day, the last hour, man. You know what I'm saying? This thing. And man, I can't stress it enough, man. Get it right if you really want to be saved. Let's read.
And then shall the end come.
And then what?
Then shall the end come.
That is right there. Now let's drop down. Let's go to Luke 21.
Come.
Because it's the same, the Olivet Discourse. It's the same thing. But he's gonna let you know what happened to the Israelites doing this.
Come. It's the book of Luke, chapter 21. Or 24. 21, yes, verse 21.
Let Mark 20, verse 20.
Verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
Okay, this is AD 70. He's talking about AD 70 when the Romans surrounded Jerusalem. Read on.
Then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Yeah.
And then let them which are in Judea.
In other words, you Israelites that's in Judah, in Judea, flee to the mountains.
Flee to the mountains.
Right, go.
And then and let them which are in the midst of it depart. My bad. And let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are in the cities, that are in the countries, enter thereinto.
In other words, what Christ is telling his people right here, man, look, if you ain't in Jerusalem, you out somewhere, man, stay where you at. These white boys up here, we can have it.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? If you're in Jerusalem, you need to get up out of there, go to the mountain. Guess where the mountains was at? In northern Africa.
Come.
In North Africa. Even though they migrated and fled to different areas, but the bulk of the Israelites went into Africa. For what? To blend in with the Africans, because they look just like Africans. The Bible call them Hamites. But let's show them seven. Now that's we'll get to that later. Okay, that's dealing with the ships and stuff. We'll get there. We go back to Deuteronomy.
Come.
Okay, read that.
Verse 22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
What did he say?
That all things which are written.
And where is it written at? It's written in the Old Testament in Deuteronomy. We just read some of these curses to you.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? This is what Christ is talking about, where it was written at.
Come.
These things got to be fulfilled, because guess what? We broke the commandment.
Come.
Read.
That all things which are written may be fulfilled.
That's right.
But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be a great distress in the land, and wrath upon this
And
people.
what?
And wrath upon this
So
people.
it's been the wrath of the Lord on us since this point.
Come.
Right? 80, 70. This when it just all happened, this, what? Even though we was experiencing different captivities, Persian, the Medes, what I'm saying, Babylonian, Assyrian, all these different captivities we endured, right? But this right here, this is gonna be something totally different. This is something that's gonna bring us into the end.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? When the Israelites will be, after they go through this, the Israelites will be gathered from all the places they were scattered, you know what I'm saying, and brought back to their land, you know what I'm saying, and made kings of the earth again. And all those people that's not Israelites gonna be their possession.
That's right.
And we're gonna show y'all that too. Let's finish this up. We got one more verse on here.
Come, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
That's right, and that's what happened.
And shall be led away captive into all nations.
No, man, just the surrounding nation of Israel.
Into all nations.
The Lord said we will be led away captive into all nations on the earth, man. And this happening, and really, what a lot of people fail to realize, the transatlantic slave trade started in 1491.
Come.
With Spain. King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, and they had a bishop by the name of Della Casa. You know what I'm saying? That's when they made the very first voyage over here and seen the grandeur of these Northern Kingdom Israelites. They took 500 of them back, I think, Seville, Spain, tricked them, had a thing and made them slaves. And this fleshmonger, Christopher Columbus, gave his report to the Queen and the King. They started making their claim back. You know what I'm saying? And you fast forward to 1619, so when they went to West Africa, and got the Southern Kingdom Israelites, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Let's read on. We was done with that. Yeah, this is okay. This is the routes, right? You remember in Deuteronomy what we read to y'all about you will go in one way, which they went in one way, and that was from Egypt. Going into the promised land one way. But the Lord said if they break the commandments and then he send his enemies upon them, they're going to go out 7 ways. They go to 7 ways right here. What you're looking at right here is the routes that the Israelites were taking captive and spread it throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Those are the routes right there.
You got.
And then this area, this place right here, this is the west coast of Africa. This is a 1747 map of what they call Negro land. And this area where we got the mouse at, the kingdom of Judah. This is, and if you know, it's called the slave coast. And a lot of dissenters and deniers, they would say, well, Judah was a misspelling of the word Weeda, but this guy here, Bowen, who established this map right here, you know what I'm saying? He put Judah and Weeda on there and let it be known, no, it's by no means a mistake.
That's right.
Judah and Weeda is the same people, the Jews, you know what I'm saying? And this is where they came and got our people and brought them over here. So if you descend from any people that was brought from this particular geographical location, if you descend 9 times out of 10, you are an Israelite from the Southern Kingdom. You either Judah, Benjamin, or Levi, right? And we showing you this is an actual map. 1747 map. You can type it in, it's gonna bring it right up.
They even say Negro land on it when you pull it up.
Exactly.
It said right here at the top.
Right there at the top, right? So now that we just showed y'all on the map, where because and how they ended up on the West Coast is the Hamites, the Africans. Didn't nobody like us. Because we were the chosen people of God, you know what I'm saying? And the planet was ours. We ran the planet, so on and so forth. And they didn't like that. And a lot of nations realize that if we get these people to see him, they God gonna abandon them.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Then we can do away with it. We can do what we want, and that's what happened with us. You know what I'm saying? After a lot of kingdoms and nations figured out who we were, you know what I'm saying, and how they can topple us.
Come.
Now I'm finna bring some history out, some more history out. Y'all
Right.
watch this here. You got something else on that?
No, that's it.
We finna bring y'all historical account of this particular prophecy right here.
Come.
And then we're gonna go back to Deuteronomy. We probably gonna be wrapping this thing up. Unless Netflix got something you want to bring.
Let's see. Go ahead.
Yeah, bring this out. This from the book Babylon the Timbuktu. A lot of my Israelites, that's solid, been in the truth. I know y'all know this stuff, and we making this video for people who don't know, right? So don't get in the comments, man, tripping, y'all. Y'all act like some kings, man, some queens. We trying to win some souls, man. We want to set a good example. Come on, bring it out, son.
From Babylon to Timbuktu, written by Rudolph R. Windsor, page 84. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
Now, this is history, y'all. Y'all can go and type this in Google or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna bring up these same accounts. Yeah, they might be whitewashed and stuff like that. But if you know your history and know your stuff and know who the real Jews are, that stuff that's not gonna affect you. But finish reading this if you're gonna let him read that. And we're going to show you the historical account of what we just read in Luke and Matthew. Read that.
In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter.
With what?
With great slaughter.
That's right, just like Christ said. Go ahead.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews.
How many?
1 million Jews.
Now, y'all know in modern times, man, 1 million people is what constitutes a nation. A flag, a standing army, a socio-political infrastructure, and a currency. That's what established a nation. So we had a whole nation fleeing to Africa. Let's read.
It has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution.
Fleeing from what?
Fleeing from Roman persecution.
They was running from the Romans like Christ told them. Keep reading.
And slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish.
No, Ashkenazi Jewish.
Black Jewish
slaves.
Hold
up, you reading that wrong, son. What that say?
Black Jewish slaves.
The what markets was full of them?
The slave markets were full of.
So the slave market was full of black Jews, Israelites, us. We made up the slave market, man. And let me show you something. Let me show y'all something. This will, and a lot of my brothers don't think about this. Okay, a lot of y'all who may not know, the so-called Jew, the little hat boy, that's what we call, you know what I'm saying, the Ashkenazi, heathen Gentile Jews, because they not from the line of Shem. But anyway, if these people was the original Jews, right, and the Lord say that the Jews was gonna go into captivity, shouldn't they have been putting other white Ashkenazi Jews in captivity? And if that is so, if we're gonna ride with that logic, then they going against prophecy, against themselves. Because this supposed to be happening to them. But it did. It happened to us. So whoever that happened to has to be the real Jew. I'm talking about, man, you got a plethora of books out there that where some of those little hat boys themselves are showing with records, no evidence and stuff like this, receipts that they financed, provided the ships, owned slaves, and all this, and they was the dominant merchants in this trade. They was the dominant merchants in this trade. See, these people know they not the Jews. The world just don't, but they waking up and they find out now, right? Let's read that one more time straight through, Ray.
In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter.
Yep.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
That's right.
Wow. Man, you know, with the evidence, and this just, we just barely scratching the surface with evidence, you know what I'm saying? And it's just historic and prophetic, you know, coming from the Bible. But you know, you got archaeology out there that say who we are, you know, DNA, you know what I'm saying, that proves who we are, you know. And the thing is, you know, all y'all who think that those people over there are the real Jews, and that's who you paying homage to, that's who you know, really cleaving to and stuff like that, man, you cleaving to the devil. Let's get that Revelation 2 and 9.
I'm gonna finish this one up.
Yeah, go ahead and finish it up, King Salaki.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations.
That's right.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
That's who they are. That's who is trodden down the land. The little hat boys. Them the ones that's running the land over there.
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Until what, King?
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Well, and now we know that Christ, when we go further up in this book, Christ said that when these things happen, the end is not yet, but it's the beginning of sorrows, right? And then once the gospel go out to the four corners of the earth, you know, all nations, then what? Then the end gonna come. So people, they rulership is about over. The white man's rulership of the earth, it is at its end. It's at its end, and he has his judgment, because ain't no one paid for slavery. Ain't nobody paid for Jim Crow, segregation, and any other type of oppression that was placed on God's people throughout the four corners of the earth. So if you're not an Israelite and you want to, you know, see the kingdom and all this here, man, don't tank your belief. Don't throw it all in the trash right now, because we got to wait for you, man. We got to wait for you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not just really tied to this world and you know, and you can detach from it, you want to live a set apart life, come amongst the Israelites. But them the people that's going to help you get saved. I'm going to call one more script and I'm going to pass it over to nephew, see if we got to present to y'all. We're going to get that Isaiah 14. Start at verse 1. That Isaiah 14:1. Because see, we gotta know who we worship. Get to John 4:22 real quick. Hold on, let him bring this John out.
I got it. You want the 4? Okay, I got
4:22.
you. Grab that real quick.
Yeah, so you know, we see, we gotta understand, people, this is our salvation, man. You know what I'm saying? We talking about our soul. Our soul either going in eternal damnation or eternal bliss and happiness, you know, just eternally living. Right? That's what, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It should be about your salvation. So anything that's not conducive to that, you should reject. You should set yourself apart from and begin to try to learn what the Lord expects you to do in order for you to receive this salvation. Right? Bring that out.
It's the book of John, chapter 4, verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what.
If you celebrate any type of holiday other than the holidays in the Bible, you don't know what you worship.
That's right.
If you think you can get to the kingdom any other way besides going through the Israelites, you don't know what you worship. Point blank, man. If you observing any of God's laws outside the day that you supposed to observe them, or observe them any other way than what he explained, you don't know what you worship. Let's get it.
We know what we worship.
Yeah, we know what we worship, so we keep the commandments.
For salvation is of the Jews.
Nah, it's of anybody, man, who want that boy.
For salvation is of the Jews.
In other words, your salvation has to come through us. Christ was a Jew. He was from the tribe of Judah. He's not lying when he's telling you that the salvation is through us. You got to come through us. Finish up, King.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit.
What, King?
In spirit.
What is spirit? The word of the Lord, the commandments.
Come. And in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him.
That's right.
Come.
Come, we can rest on that. So let's get that Isaiah 14:1. So as we can see right here, your salvation has to come through Israel.
Come.
Not the little hat boy. That's the synagogue of Satan. We're going to show y'all that.
Come.
Let's get that Isaiah 14:1 real quick.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 14.
Now, this is an end time prophecy. This one is all said and done, and the Israelites going back into their land and the people that's joined with them. Check it out.
Come. For the Lord, verse 1, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Jacob is Israel, the whole 12, all 12 tribes. Read.
And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
Now, they're going to be wherever they were scattered at.
And set them in their own land.
So it's going to be a rounding up of God's people, a second Exodus.
Come.
Right? It's going to be a rounding up of God's people, and they're going to be taken back to their own land to do what?
And the strangers shall be joined with them,
Mm-hmm.
and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Yeah, see, these people who ain't peer pressured into, not doing what they know they need to do to get to the kingdom.
Come.
They don't care what their friends at work gonna say about them cleaving to an Israelite.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? They don't care about that. That's who's being talked about right here. But you got a group of these same type of people who ain't trying to hear that. Check this out, though. Read on.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord.
Possess means to own.
Come.
Read.
In the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
That's right. Read on.
And they shall take them
Take
captives,
them what?
them captives
Who?
whose captives they were.
So the people who held us captive, that's who we gonna take captive. By
Come.
the spirit and the power of the Father. Read on.
And they shall rule over their
And we know
oppressors.
who the oppressor is. Read.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow.
Right. It ain't gonna be no more sorrow, no more death. We gonna have rest, and ain't nobody gonna make us afraid no more. Go ahead.
And from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve.
Man, who is this talking about? This can't be talking about nobody but the so-called African American, man.
Come.
Those people who descend from the transatlantic slave trade.
Come.
This is a Hebrew book. This is a black man, so-called black man's book. Always have been, always will be, from the front of it to the back of it. It's talking about the Israelites. This is a book that was written for them, by them. You know what I'm saying? Giving the spirit of the power of the Father.
Come.
It ain't no universal book. The Catholic Church did that. This goes back to that deception of Satan, how he deceived the whole world. Read, that was it on that?
That was it on that
Okay,
part.
you can rest on that. So people, I hope y'all got an understanding of who the Israelites are, you know what I'm saying, this day and time, because as said in Romans 11:1, he has not done away with his people.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? They still exist. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all further proof that they still exist, and it's all about them. You already know. You already know, King.
Which one you want to?
Revelation 22.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, 21 and 20.
Okay,
Yeah,
come.
the gates.
Let's get it.
Yeah. So if they was done away with, man, this would not be on the kingdom of heaven, man.
Come.
Let's read.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 12. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels,
That's right.
and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm. So, man, right? I mean, that's plain upon tape.
Come.
If they was done away with, man, I don't think the perfect creator would still have his name. He would revise that thing.
Come. Yeah.
He would revise that thing, put everybody on the name on the gates.
Come.
Kingdom for everybody.
Straight
You know
up.
what I'm saying? It wouldn't have the Israelites' name on it, man.
Come.
And that's common sense. Wake up, people. Shake that shit off your mind, man.
Straight
That's
up.
falsehood. It's not real.
Come.
And with that, man, I'm a rest, man. I'm a nephew. You got something?
Come. We can bring out that Revelation 2 and 9 real quick.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that one, man. I was starting to get mad.
Come.
Yeah, let's bring this out.
Come. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty,
Them the real Jews.
but thou art rich.
Rich because we just showed you our name is on a kingdom. We own a kingdom.
Come.
Read
And I know the blasphemy
the lie.
of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of
The
Satan.
what of Satan?
The synagogue of
That's
Satan.
the chief church, the main church of Satan.
Come.
That's who these people are. And it's so important. Christ, he reiterates in the very next chapter, chapter 3, and the same exact verse 9.
Come.
Let's go get that, and then we can pass that over to you.
Come.
And in this verse, he's showing you how the fake Jews, the people who claiming to be us,
Come.
you know what I'm saying, gonna bow down and worship at our feet, man.
That's right.
And Christ gonna make them do this here to show the whole world that he loved us.
That's right. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are
That's
Jews
right.
and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
That's right. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.
Come. Let's get Revelation 7. Let's get that real quick, because it's crazy how it's so much concerning Israel. So much concerning Israel. That one good? Here, you can use this one. It's so much concerning Israel in the New Testament. A lot of people still saying that it's done away with. Israel
Exactly.
done away. Like Uncle was just bringing out, he didn't cast away his people. It's that clear. But here's another, some more proof on the fact. So this is Revelation chapter 7, and we're gonna get verse. We can start at verse 1.
Come. It's the book of Revelation. Let me put my other set of eyes on y'all.
You want me to
I can't
zoom
see
this
nothing.
one?
Nah, I got it right here.
All right, come.
This is Revelation chapter 7, starting at verse 1. And it reads, after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
Sealed who?
Sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
So this is a prophecy of the end times. He said, don't hurt nothing until we seal the servants of our God.
That's right.
All right, go ahead.
Come, verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there was sealed 144 and 4,000 of all the tribes of Israel.
Of all who?
Of all the tribes of Israel.
It says of the children of Israel. Even more specific, it's telling you the descendants of these people are the ones that sealed. Even in the end days, he said he heard the number of them that was sealed, and it was of all the tribes, not the people that converted. He said the tribes of the children of Israel is very specific. And go ahead, verse 5.
Come. Verse 5. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000.
This is a tribe of people. This is not people that converted to a religion of Judaism, which called themselves Jews today, which Christ was talking about in chapter 2 and chapter 3. This is tribes of people. Go ahead.
Of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad was sealed 12,000.
And so on and so forth. It's telling you that these are all of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. These are the servants of God still in the last days. Still, when everything all said and done, when he's sealing everybody before he returns, it's still the exact same thing, man. It's just very important to see that did not change. Let's get Luke real quick.
I can crack the screen of my phone. I can touch one side and something else. I can say Luke what now?
Chapter 2, verse 30.
This is the book of Luke, starting in chapter 2, verse 30. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all people. A light to lighten the Gentiles.
A what?
A light to lighten the Gentiles. And the glory of thy people Israel.
The glory of his people. He's still talking about his people. Again, this is New Testament, y'all. It is what it is.
That's right.
We can't change it. It's going to be the same forever. He always talking about the glory of his people. He said, our job is to give light to the Gentiles, but their job is to glorify his people, man. You can't take that out of the Bible and just try to mix everybody together and say we all God's people. No, it's making a distinction between God's people and the Gentiles. It's still saying they can get salvation, but he's saying that there's a difference still between his people and the Gentiles. Let's get one more. Let's get that Romans 15.
Where we at?
Verse 10.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, starting at verse 10. And again, he said, rejoice, ye Gentiles, with his people.
With who?
With his people.
So the Gentiles are not his people. This simple math right here.
Sure is.
He telling you to rejoice with his people. It's very important to see that, because a lot of people say that once you start serving God, you become the church. You the new Israel now.
Spiritual Israel.
This is falsehood. and we're going to touch on that next week, Lord willing, on how the church has, pretty much corrupted the gospel of Christ. Christ made a difference between the Jew and Gentile still. He didn't come and say everybody's the same now. All right. He said, rejoice ye Gentiles with his people. All right. That's all I got on it. We can say the rest for next week.
That's right. And man, all that tuned in, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. We hope y'all got something from the lesson. And any questions you may have, you can put them in the comment boards, or you can hit me up directly, in Messenger or what have you. And listen, we can discuss those things, go in the scripture and show those things to be so. Also, as nephew spoke, next week, like I said, if Most High willing, we're gonna be dealing with strongholds, right? And what those strongholds are is that falsehood that we have, has latched on to, people has latched on to, and without doing any research or anything like that, we just took these things. Mama passed it down to us, and her mama passed it down, and
that's right.
Her mama passed it down, and now we got it. It's the absolute truth, but it's really the absolute falsehood. And so it's the will of the Father. Next week, man. Same time. We kind of got out to a little bad start. We had a big Shabbat dinner last night, man. It kind of rocked our world a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So we got out to a slow start this morning, but all praises, man. We here. But yes, man, tune in next week, man. We're gonna try to be on time this time, be here, 1 o'clock or whatever. And we're gonna break down some of these strongholds, man, that our people are believing in, thinking that and let me say this: these people that believe in these strongholds like this, it's a lot of them that's really sincere, truly believe in the Lord. But like I say, they just been taught these lies. These lies been passed down where they think this is the truth, and out of intellectual laziness, they don't want to go and research and see if these things be so, right? So we gonna do that if it's the will of the Father, man. So tune in. Got any question, hit us up. And with that, we're going to say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.